Welcome to System Insights, where we talk about how to design systems that don't just support your brilliance, they scale it. If you've ever felt like your AI tools or your team just aren't getting it, even after you've explained yourself 3 times, this video is for you because today we're talking about how to write AI briefs that don't collapse your system. I'm the Ratchet Sage, creator of the AI-Augmented CEO Lab and digital staffing. And for over 20 years, I've helped rebel founders, coaches, and creators build systems that don't burn them out. Whether I'm working with AI or actual humans, I help leaders build containers that hold clarity, not chaos. I'm the fixer of invisible systems solopreneurs outgrow, and the one they call when ambition starts to feel heavier than it should. So if you've been relying on willpower instead of structure, or stuck explaining the same thing over and over again, whether to AI or a human, I want you to know it's not your brilliance that's broken. It's the container you're pouring it into. So let's change that. Most people think they have a productivity problem. What they really have is a containment gap. And nowhere does that show up more clearly than in how we write briefs, whether to a team, to AI, or even to ourselves. During my accident recovery, I learned this the hard way. I couldn't hold everything myself. If my briefs had been hollow to my teams, to my AI, and even to myself, everything would have collapsed. And that's when I saw it clearly. An unclear brief is a loud, hollow container. It makes noise, but it doesn't hold your clarity. When you hand over a vague brief, 3 things happen. Your team works harder, not smarter. AI fills the gaps with guesses, and you spend your energy clarifying, redoing, or just taking it back yourself. I kept seeing the pattern. Every time leaders blamed others' effort or discipline, sometimes even their own effort or discipline. But the real problem wasn't motivation. It was the architecture of the brief. The fix isn't more reminders. It's context-rich containers, briefs that carry clarity even when you're offline, resting, or, like me, healing. Now, let me tell you, every effective brief, whether for AI or for people, carries 6 elements. The first element is the role. Who are they being here? Are they being a designer, a strategist, a copywriter? You got to get clear on that. What are you looking for them to do, and what role does that require? 2 is the context. Why does this matter that I'm asking you to do this? What's the audience? What's the background? What are the constraints? Getting clear on those things will help you solidify that context. And 3 is the task. What must be done in one clear sentence or in one clear prompt? And then 4 is the format, how the output should look. Outline, draft, table, bullets, all the things, okay? And 5 is rules. What are your boundaries? What's the tone that must be included? What are the things that should never be included? What are the non-negotiables? All of that falls into rules. In 6, you want to give examples. Give a snapshot of what good looks like to you. Every time one of these is missing, clarity leaks. Think about it. Let me give you some stories to break that down for you. One time, in terms of role, I asked for a post. I got fluff. When I said, be a strategist writing for visionary founders, the tone landed perfectly. Now, in terms of context, a client left out the audience. Their copy came back corporate when their people really needed intimacy. Now, for task, fix this doc creates chaos. But if you say instead, turn this raw transcript into an 800-word reflective article, that can create some alignment. Now, for format, if I asked for notes once and I got a wall of text, that's what I can expect. If instead I add in a table with columns for themes, timestamps, and next steps, that would change everything. Now, for rules, one client almost approved AI copy that sounded like a bot because they never set tone boundaries. So that's something that you can do when you're in the rules section. Make it clear what you will, won't do, what's a non-negotiable, what must be included. All of that goes into the rules. Now, for examples, a single screenshot of what good looks like will cut 2 weeks of edits with humans. and back and forth with AI. The 6 elements don't just save time. Honestly, they create trust between you, the person who's handing off the brief, and the person receiving the brief. They now can trust you and your leadership, and you can trust that what you're going to get back from them is in alignment with what you asked them for in the first place. Now let's test this. Let's give ChatGPT a raw prompt. Write me an email about my program. Now let's look at the result. Well, it actually couldn't generate an email about my program because I have several programs and it didn't know which program I was talking about. And even if I had specified the program, the result likely would have been bland, generic, and forgettable. Now, watch what happens with all 6 elements. I'm going to give it the role of a copywriter for visionary founders, the context of writing an email for solopreneurs, post-launch nurture. Then I'm going to give it the task of drafting a 400-word reflective newsletter. Then the format will be conversational with subheads and bullets. The rules I want to give for this particular piece of content is no hype, no urgency tactics, must include a CTA to the demo. And the examples that I'll give is here is a past email that resonated with my clients. This time, look at the result. It isn't just usable, it's aligned with my flow, my truth, and what I got going on and what I'm trying to get out of this exercise. Notice what shifted. The output didn't just give me words, it gave me back my trust. In the AI Augmented CEO Lab, this is why I use digital staffing to build AI teams. That means role, context, format, rules, and examples are already baked into the container. When you're briefing my AI teams, you don't have to rewrite the whole checklist. You focus on one thing, the task, and any context that needs to go along with that particular task. That's why leaders feel so much relief in the CEO readiness room. Their systems already remember what they'd otherwise have to repeat. Trust me, vague briefs collapse systems. Context-rich briefs create containers that carry clarity. And when you embed them in AI-augmented containers, you stop surviving on willpower and you start scaling with sovereignty. Ready to feel what this feels like for yourself? You can watch the demo or join the Readiness Room waitlist. We have our next cohort starting on October 6th because your brilliance was never the problem. Your brief was, and we can fix that.